If you're an international student in the UK, what I'm about to share with you could completely change your life. Namaste and hello everyone. My name is Shavika and I help you navigate life through my experiences, lessons and stories. Well, as we're all aware that the UK government has announced some major changes to visas, but this particular video is about the changes that have come to the Innovator Founder Visa with respect to the student visa. So I'm guessing you're somebody who's an international student wanting to switch to the Innovator Founder, or an international student who's moving to the UK and is very entrepreneurial, or an international student who's just completed studies and wondering how the changes from the 25th of November affect you and how can you take advantage of this particular opportunity. If any of this is you, then stay tuned till the end of the video because I'm going to be breaking down every single detail of this visa, obviously whatever's available online, and letting you know how you can make the most of this opportunity if you're somebody who wants to start a business in the UK and are currently on the student visa, have recently moved or will be moving post 25th November 2025. Well, before we get into the massive changes that have come, let's focus on what used to happen so you get some context and background as to why this update is so major. Earlier, when you used to come on a student visa to the UK, you had a few different options once you finished uni, right? You could either apply for the graduate route, start a business, work for an employer, or just use those 24 months to look for jobs or travel. The second option was that you could apply for a sponsored role, have an employer sponsor you, get the course, and then work for that company right after your student visa. And the third option was that you go for further studies, which a few students go if they finish their masters and they want to further pursue a PhD or want to do a double masters. But the most natural step was to go for the graduate route, look for jobs or work for an employer, and then meanwhile also apply for sponsored roles. But once these visas were scrapped or closed, there were no other options for students to apply. So the only way you could start a business in the UK after your student visa was to either get on the graduate route and then start a business, or apply for the Innovator Founder Visa once you go back to your home country, work on your business idea, and then reapply to an endorsing body in the UK. How this really affected international students is that they found this process very overwhelming. To first finish uni, get your degree, and then go back to your home country, work on the idea, and then reapply, do all the visa paperwork from your home country, and then come back one more time, which kind of made them feel that this was not possible, or they just did not want to take the leap, or kind of were demotivated because of the excess number of steps that it required for a student to start a business on the Innovator Founder route. So what the government has now announced is that starting 25th November 2025, international students can now switch directly from student visas to Innovator Founder visas without having to leave the country. Although this is not as simple as it sounds. It's not a direct switch from your student visa to an Innovator Founder visa without having to do anything. There's a lot of details to it, so stay with me. So in legal language, under section 5.27 of the immigration rules, the UK government has introduced specific provisions that allow student visa holders to switch directly to the Innovator Founder route while they're in the UK. You must be wondering why the UK suddenly wants international students to stay back in the UK and switch to Innovator Founder visas when they have actually scrapped Starter Visa, Tier 1 Graduate Entrepreneur Visa, taken away licenses from universities to sponsor students to start their businesses. I'll tell you why. Basically, the UK wants global talent to stay in the UK. They do not want talented graduates to leave the UK. And all of this really well aligns with their broader strategy to foster entrepreneurship and retain talent within the UK. And the only way to do that is make sure that the students who come to the UK to study on their student visas, and if they have like great ideas, innovative ideas, and they have a viable business model, keep them. They really want you. They want your talent and they want your potential to stay right here in the UK. So I hope this also clears the air about the fact that not any international student can now switch to the Innovator Founder Visa. The UK is looking for specific talent. It's looking for people who have that X factor in them. It's looking for people and international students who've got great ideas, revolutionary concepts, or they've figured out problems that they want to solve, or you really have something to give back to the UK economy. And only then you could possibly be eligible to apply for the endorsement for the Innovator Founder Visa. So now you must wonder, what is the eligibility criteria to apply for this? How can a student get on the Innovator Founder, and if there's any difference in the way people apply for it? And also another important fact is that at what stage do you become eligible to apply for the Innovator Founder? This is where many students may get confused, so please pay attention. According to the official guidance, you must have completed the course of study for which your confirmation of acceptance for studies, your CAS basically, was assigned. And how do they determine completion? It's quite simple how they're going to determine whether you've completed your studies or not. CAS, Confirmation of Acceptance for Studies. If you remember, when you got your course, it had an end date to it. That end date could be 3rd October 2026 or it could be 31st January 2027. What matters here is that you've gotten your results and you've successfully completed your studies. So in a scenario where you've completed your studies on the 3rd of October but you're still waiting on your results, you do not become eligible to apply for the endorsement. But in a scenario where you have completed your studies, you have submitted your dissertation, you've gotten the results, you then now become eligible to apply for an endorsement for the Innovator Founder Visa. For instance, if you're confused about the fact that my CAS end date is a few months later, but I will have finished my uni before that, what I'd recommend, or what's been recommended by the Home Office as well, is to request an official completion letter from your university soon after you finish uni successfully with your transcripts and with your grades. If you can't do that, just get the letter and officially request them to write a letter to say that yes, you successfully completed your studies, and after that is a good time that you can now start applying to endorsing bodies for the endorsement letter. Now, there's a special rule for PhD students. If your course is leading to a PhD, you don't have to complete the entire PhD. You only need to have completed at least 12 months of that course. So my advice would be that don't rush into applying for an endorsement. The time you get soon after completing your university and whilst you're waiting for your transcripts or a letter from university, start working on your business plan. And once you have all the documentation in place, that's a good time to make an application. Now, this is to also mention that they will not directly reject your application, either the Home Office or the endorsement body. But it's just better to have all your paperwork together, because then you're just spending a lot of time waiting on documentation and them going back and forth with you, asking you for a completion certificate, which you don't want. You want to just make things smooth. Anyway, the process is very overwhelming. Now, coming to the process, let me tell you something. There is no change in the process. As an international student, you still have to go through the same process applying for the endorsement. You still need an innovative, scalable, viable business idea. You still need to apply to an endorsing body for an endorsement letter. And you still need an approved endorsement letter in order to apply for the Innovator Founder Visa. The criteria remains same, the process remains same, the fee remains same. And if you would like to understand in detail what the Innovator Founder Visa is and how much it costs, I've made a separate video which I will link somewhere here, and you can have a look at that and get all the details about the Innovator Founder Visa. Now, please note that this video is created on the 19th of November 2025. Based on the changes that have been recently announced. If there are any new changes to how you switch from student visa to the Innovator Founder Visa, I will make a new video about that, but it does not cover any new changes that will obviously come after the 19th of November 2025. Well, this brings us to the end of the video. I hope I've been able to clarify the new update for all of you international students. I've tried my best to make sure that you understand that this does not mean that you get a direct switch from your student visa to the Innovator Founder Visa, but of course there's a process to it, and the update is amazing as long as you leverage it in the right way. But before I go, I'm going to be leaving you with something. I'm currently running a Black Friday offer and I am currently reviewing 100 business plans. There's not 100 spots left now, but yes, I'm reviewing 100 business plans. So if you're an international student who's got a business idea, or any professional or graduate who's got a business idea or has a business plan well written, and you would like to get it reviewed by a professional, by an expert, or by someone who has been on this journey multiple times and got my endorsements, then please get in touch with me. I've linked it in the caption below. I will review your business plan, provide you with feedback. The Innovator Founder Visa endorsement is a very, very rigorous process. You do not want to jump into it without getting any kind of feedback or insight from a third pair of eyes basically. You also pay a £1,200 fee for the assessment. So before you do that, before you take the leap and make that decision and pay that money, it's better that you get your idea or plan reviewed by someone. If it's not me, it's got to be someone else. But make sure that you get your ideas and your business proposals reviewed. Wow, I'm eating my words. Make sure you get your business ideas and business proposals reviewed before you submit them. And if you would like to get on the Black Friday offer, then please have a look in the caption below and get in touch with me. We can review your idea, review your business plan, and make it more endorsable. Well, if you stayed till the end of this video, then thank you so much. I love creating content based on my experience, my lessons, and everything that I've learned on my journey being in the UK, being on multiple business visas. And I know so many of you are so interested and have got great ideas, so interested to, apply for this visa. And there's been so much stress around what actually this new information is and how does it really affect you students. So, well, I've tried to explain it to you, I've tried to clarify it for you, and I've tried to put it in as simple words as I could for all you guys. If you found this useful, then please do like the video, please do share it with someone who you may think might find this useful or is entrepreneurial and want to understand the process better. I will see you in the next video, and until then, you look after yourself.